Hello friends, welcome back. This is Nima. Today is Sunday, and after the end of the World Cup, we have to continue with the World Watercolor Month. And I'm going to keep it simple, or I'm going to try to keep it simple. I'm using this set, the shoe set, from 2019. This is an old one. The number is 5194, and I'm using what it seems to be like a baby shoe. I already stamped that one using the two colors, the 567 and it's 565. It's not 567. And in the and the 969. And I have I'm gonna pull the colors. It's the first thing that I'm gonna do in here. I'm just pulling the colors in. And I stamped this shoe flat in here because I'm going to add some flowers. So I already pencil up the back in here. I have a little bit of color to add to this shoe. I want this shoe to be like it's a baby shoe, so it's probably like a white shoe. So I have 603 that is light purple, like a lavender color, and I'm gonna use that one to just add some extra shadow. But I also need to remember that this shoe has been sitting in there for a while, so there's gotta be some other colors. So I'm adding, mixing with a 969 just to create a more intense shadow. Right under the buttons, a little bit of shadows. And then inside, I'm going to add some of the shadow in here. Just to simulate the inside of the shoe. For the bottom, I'm bringing in here brown. Let's zoom in a little bit. The shoe it's very small. Mixing with the 567 to create that kind of a gray color. That looks almost black. All right. And let's add a little more of the 565 shadow on the back of the shoe. Okay. And I have some, I have a flower set in here. This is flower set number 2. And I'm using these little flowers. I'm also going to use those, this stamping tool. And I already stamped in my platform the flowers in here. And this is the way that they're going to look. Oh, it's this one in here. I have several flowers already stamped. This is the one that I'm going to add in here. So what I'm doing in here is that I'm going to position my platform where I stamp my flowers where I want them. Let's ink again this. I'm using 249. And 403. These are my flowers that I have them exactly where I want them. One thing that I'm, let me just add a little bit of tape in there because I don't want to stamp over the shoe. I can add, actually I do have in here this sticky notes in here. And again, let me go back and check where I want my flowers to end in here. Let's move this one in here. Sometimes this is the hardest part. Right, so half a little bit on it. And here I got my flowers. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of water on the flower itself. Just a little bit. And a little bit on the leaves, but I'm not gonna put anything on the stem. Now the flowers are growing or in there, so I'm gonna add a little bit of grass right in there, just because, like I said, this is like a shoe that has been sitting in there for some time, so something else gotta be growing in there. And for the grass, I'm gonna add some water in here. The grass in there. And I'm gonna add some grass at the bottom. For the grass, I'm using 177. And I'm gonna stamp just the grass around. A little bit on the front. Right. Let's come back with the brush. And then get this brush a little wet. I'm gonna switch the brush because I kind of don't like that one. It's not doing anything to me. Let's put some of the color down. And I'm using this twin tone to bring some of those details that they kind of got lost in here with the shoe. This part a little darker. And I'm gonna add a little more grass on the front. Just to make it look like he is, like the shoe is sitting on the grass, and the grass kind of taking over all that area. Let's put that grass a little in here. And this is twin tone. This is brown just for the shoe, the soil. And I'm gonna use my brush to go over these areas where I added the gray one. I just need to soften them a little bit. Those little buttons, I'm gonna paint them in also a gray, but I want them to look like they are three-dimensional. I guess they're a little circle, so I'm gonna leave a little dot, white dot inside. Just leave something white inside. This is an old shoe that has been in there for a while, so I'm gonna add a little bit of green. Why not? I am thinking that it needs like a little bit of type of a dark green that is kind of a moss type of green. Just here and there. Maybe on the bottom a little bit. And then when it mixed with that gray, it kind of creates extra color that it give it, like, it's still a white shoe, but it's also a shoe that has been sitting in the wild, sitting outside for a long time. So I think one more thing that I'm going to do is, because I always like to put like a little bit of a sky, especially when I have so much white around, I'm going to mix 555 with 567. 560, I keep changing the numbers. 565 and 555. I'm going to mix those two. And I'm going to add like white in here. This is a cloud that it is. I mean, there's a cloud on the bottom that is the closest one to the. Oh, if that ever happened, just go fast. Just be fast. It's watercolor. What happened with 555 is a beautiful blue, but it's very intense. So don't let it take over. And then I'm gonna make them the clouds a little softer. And the sky, because what I wanted to have was kind of a blue on the bottom, and that's what happened. Well, this is it for this one. I'm not gonna do anything else before I I damage this one a little more. Let's sign this one, and that's it. I hope you like it, and I'll see you tomorrow with another one. Bye.